pretenders and our sleeper teams. Ed, who you got?
All right, man. So my pretender, and here we go, is going to be Vandy, right? I think they're a good team, but the reason, they play Bama today, right? And this is the beginning of their tough stretch of schedule. So they got Bama, LSU, Missouri, Texas, Auburn, and Tennessee. I just don't think they have the dogs in the fight to last the entire stretch of the SEC schedule. They're going to give Bama a good fight, but they're my pretender. I think they, they're going to end up having a bad record. Or not a bad record, but a not so great record.
Okay.
Bad
Who's your
record.
sleeper?
My sleeper, hey, man, that 2-2 Notre Dame team, right? So, they came down to Miami, lost a tough one. They lost another close one to A&M. And I just think looking at their schedule, they're going to run the table, right? They're going to be one of these 10-2 teams at the end of the season that's going to get into the playoffs, I think. Right. And they have the players, they have the quarterback, even though he's a freshman. He's poised in the pocket, he can deliver the ball. They have Love, dynamic player, man. So what was that wide receiver they got that's really good also? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But
Faison.
Yeah. So
Faison, and they got Jaden Greathouse.
So Notre Dame, I expect a Big Ten team to take 2 L's, and I think Notre Dame's going to have the just 2 close margin losses in the beginning of the year. They're going to get in over a 2-loss other team. So Notre Dame is my sleeper.
Okay. Vic.
Quick thing on that. I think if you're not in the conference, you shouldn't be allowed in the playoffs. But
hey, Notre Dame got a lot of people love Notre Dame.
They definitely gonna run the table. But so my pretender. I'll start with my pretender. My pretender is Penn State. I'm tired of the Penn State uplifting that they do every year. James Franklin, every year they uplift these boys, and every time they have a big game, they crash. Every time they have a big game, they can't pull it off. Perfect example last week against Oregon. At home, Oregon, who they said y'all was a better team now, and then you can't even pull that off. So I think Penn State will go, once again, they'll get into the playoffs or something and get blown out. So Penn State is my pretender. My sleeper pick is Texas Tech. I've been high on Texas Tech all year. I think they're going to win their conference. Texas Tech, they got a big game today against Houston, so we'll see how that goes. But I think Texas Tech is set up pretty good to make a run and make some noise.
Hey, I agree with that, man. I said Texas Tech, the best team in Texas.
Here we go. Ron, who you got?
All right, I'm going to start off with the reverse of what Vic just said. So my pretender is Texas Tech. And the reason I say that, they got Houston today, which is a tough game. They still got Arizona State. They still got Kansas State, BYU, right? And I think they could slip up. I think they're still a year away. Like I said, they are big players in the NIL game. And I think that in the future, they will be more formidable. But right now, I just don't think that they're good enough to get into the playoffs, right? So that is my pretender for right now. My sleeper is Missouri. Missouri right now is undefeated. They have a pretty easy schedule. Got a great quarterback. Their running back, Amon Hardy, is killing it. He's a transfer from Louisiana, man, and killing it. Right now, he's the leading rusher in the SEC. I think they're going to give Bama hell next week, right when Bama comes up there. And I just think Eli Drinkowitz, man, I think he got that team humming, and they were pretty good last year, right? I think that's going to be the team that makes this will get into the playoffs this year. That's my sleeper.
Okay. All right. So for me, my pretender is Ole Miss. Lane does this every year. They're going to slip up at the end of the season and lose some games they're not supposed to, which is going to knock them out of playoff contention. Yeah, I don't give a shit about how good that new quarterback they got that came from Fair State. He's good, but they're gonna find a way to mess it up at the end of the year. So that's my
Fuck Ole
pretender.
Miss.
Mhm.
He
Still salty.
hurt. Yeah, he hurt. My sleeper team, I'm going with Maryland, who is quietly undefeated. Mike Loxley got that team playing lights out, and they have a freshman starting at quarterback who has been quietly killing it.
Yeah.
Malik Washington is his name, and I
Mhm.
want to say he has like 8 touchdown passes, 1 interception. But he's playing well, and their defense is playing well. So Maryland is my sleeper team. It's going to be tough to come out the Big Ten, um, just because of the talent disparity between like Oregon and Ohio State. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
All right, on to the big games, man. So let's talk about this big game tracker real quick that we got, so we can go over everybody's uh, record. Share my screen. Everybody can see that.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
All right. So in
Hey.
first place, Vic remains at 27-14.
Yes, sir.
Myself and Ed are both tied at 25-16. And Ron remains in last place at 21-20.
but I'm over 500.
It's about time.
About time.
It's about time. So there's our current standing. So we're gonna get into these games. All right. So first game on the slate, we are going to talk about Texas traveling to the swamp to take on the Florida Gators. Ron, who you got?
All right, so I'm gonna go Texas, and I say this every week. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than the experts think. Billy Napier is fighting for his life down there.
Yeah.
The defense is legit, right? But the biggest thing for them is I still have a lot of trust in Sark. I think he's gonna get, with the bye week they had last week, I think he's gonna get Arch Manning right. And I think they're gonna have a game plan to go down there and beat Florida pretty soundly. The biggest thing for me that I'm going to be looking for is how is DJ Lagway with the offense? Is he still playing as inept as he was against LSU in Miami, or did that time off help him get better? So that's what I want to see. But right now, I got Texas winning by like 3.
Okay.
Okay. Vic, who you got?
So I got Texas. It's going to be close, but I got Texas winning this game just because I don't think Florida offense will be able to move the ball on Texas defense. But I do think Florida has a chance if they can rattle Arch. Arch hasn't been looking good this year. We had conversations about it plenty of times, but I think this will be a game where he has to be on his P's and Q's and he has to play well because that Florida defense can get at him. I think Sark gonna have him moving in the pocket, just trying to keep the offense balanced, so he won't have to do too much. I think they're gonna lean on the run game a little bit, a little play action, and I think they're gonna just rely on their defense to help them win this game. But I got Texas. I just think, Florida checked out, man. They're done. So, Texas. It's gonna be close though.
Ed, who you got?
Hey man, I got Texas. Texas needs to come out fast, punch Florida in the mouth, take the fight out of them. Because we saw the Miami game, man. They had negative yards on 2 offensive drives, right? So if Texas can get to DJ with a 5, with a 5 front or less or 4, put pressure on them, and then Texas does have some good players in the secondary. I think Taft was one of them. Just disguise, throw different looks at him, because I think his confidence, DJ Lagway's confidence, is shook.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm taking Texas. It is going to be closer. like I said, that Florida defense is stout, even though they're 1-3. But I don't see it being more than a 10-point game.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, man. Obviously, I'm taking Texas. One of the things I wanted to point out, man, how bad Florida's offense have been, right? This crazy stat. Florida is 1 for 27 on third down if they have 6 yards or more to go.
Mhm.
And of those 27, 5 of them have been interceptions by DJ Lagway. So, yeah, that's insane. So, yeah, I'm rolling Texas. Arch had a slump buster game for Sam Houston State prior to the bye. I know it's Sam Houston State, but you got to build confidence, and he did in that game.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Texas and Texas defense to make it happen.
Quick.
All right,
Quick
next
game.
game on the slot. We got Vandy at Bama. Ed, who you got?
I want to say Vandy so bad, but hey, what's his name? Coach DeBoer against big time. He is 16-3 against big time opponents, right? He will have them boys ready to go. He took that loss last year. I think last year they legitimately overlooked them, right? They were down, I think, 14 right away. You're not gonna catch Bama. You're not gonna catch DeBoer twice. I think Bama wins.
Yeah, I got Bama. I never been on the Vandy hype train. I agree with Ed. They just caught Bama off guard last season. I do think Bama is not the same vintage Alabama defense, so I think they might struggle a little bit on defense to come out. But I think their offense is back on track. I think Ty Simpson is looking pretty good, so I think Bama's gonna come out, get their revenge from last year, and get the dub. Hopefully,
All right.
Bama don't let the top of the SEC down and lose to Vandy back to back, but we'll see. But I got Bama with the dub.
Right. I'll go ahead and go so Ron can go last. I am also going with Bama. But my only caveat to picking Bama, they cannot let Diego Pavia go out there and let the QB run game get going, and he goes out there and rushes for 120 yards by himself. If that happens, Bama loses this game because that's what Castellanos did from Florida State and had Bama hurt. So if Bama can stop the QB run game, I think this is theirs. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, so last week I picked against Bama. Which hurt my heart, but I picked against Bama to lose. So this time I do think Bama wins. I think it's gonna be close though. The one thing is Vandy's pretty good, right? They're a lot better team than they were last year. But I also think Bama's a lot better than they were last year too. So the biggest thing is, last year we had 2 turnovers that really flipped the game. We had the pick 6, and then we had the Milrow fumble. If Bama can avoid the turnovers and stay out of and keep Pavia off the field, because last year they possessed the ball for over 40 minutes. If Bama can just at least make it an even game as far as time of possession, I think Bama wins. So right now I'm going Bama by 3 scores.
Oh man.
Big win.
Okay.
And I do want to add one more thing before we move on to the next game. Ty Simpson, Bama's offensive line have been phenomenal protecting Ty Simpson. They were, I think, out of his 40 dropbacks versus Georgia, he was only pressured twice.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, twice. Yep.
Yeah. 2 times pressured out of 40 dropbacks. You take that all day long.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
All right. Next game. Miami at FSU. Vic, who you got?
All right. So I got Florida State winning this game. I think Miami was going to lose at least one time this year anyway, coming up. And I think Florida State losing to Virginia was a wake-up call for them. I do think Florida State got a little bit too cocky, so they got smacked in the mouth by Virginia. But people were saying earlier that Virginia was a legit team. I think Castellano will have a bounce-back game. I think their defense will show up. In Miami, I'm still not sold on Miami, to be honest. But their defense and Carson Beck, they're looking good. But I also just take it to the competition of who they played. And then these ACC teams, man, you just can't trust them like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I got Florida State. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami won, but I got Florida State. It's going to be a close, good game. I got Florida State with a field goal.
Okay.
All right. So Florida State, they started off the season by beating Bama, and it was, everybody was hyping them up, right? And which was deserved. And then they went to Virginia and lost. Miami started out, they had 2 good games, right? Well, they had Notre Dame and they had Florida, right? They won both games decisively. I think Miami will go out and win this game. I'm looking at Miami's defensive stop rate right now. They're number 13. I think Miami has one of the best defenses in the country, if not top 10, top 5, right? One of the things that Bama struggle with is the run. I don't think Miami has that issue. And one other thing, nobody knew what Florida State was going to look like in that game against Bama, right? We knew who Gus Malzahn was, and we knew what type of offense he would run and bring, and we knew who Tommy Castellanos was. But as more tape gets out on Florida State, I think opponents figure them out, and I think Miami, with their new defensive coordinator, Corey Heatherman, and I think they will beat Florida State by at least 2 scores tonight in Tallahassee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to take up too much time, man. I'm going Miami. And for all the reasons that Ron alluded to, the tape is out there. Virginia had the blueprint. They got it done. Miami does the same thing.
Hey, man. This is the energy we're showing up with right here, man. Focus. Taking the boys out, man. We're not playing with Florida State today. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Castellanos, last time he faced Miami, he was shook. He's going to be even more shook now because we got a solid defensive line. On third down, man, we're pretty solid on third down. And Carson Beck hasn't put it all together yet. Miami's offense hasn't put it together yet. And this game, we're going to show up, shut it down there. We might, empty the stadium out in the third quarter. I'm just saying. Not playing with Florida State boys, man.
Hey, that's why I'm leading in these picks.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah, one good week, man.
Speaking of picks, man, let's get to these quick picks. So we're going to start with Vic, man. We're going to go around from Vic to Ed to Ron.
Okay.
All right. Mississippi State, Texas A&M. What you got?
Mississippi State with the upset.
I got A&M.
I like Vic, man. Mississippi State goes into Texas A&M and upsets.
I, too, am going with Mississippi State.
Okay.
Iowa State at Cincy.
I got Cincy.
Iowa State keeps it rolling.
Yeah, Iowa State.
One caveat, this is a tough game because Iowa State did lose both of their starting corners. I'm just throwing it out there. For the year, both ACLs. Yeah. But I am joining Vic, and I'm going with Cincy.
Oh, man. Okay.
Wisconsin at Michigan.
Michigan.
A very subpar Wisconsin is going to lose to Michigan.
I got an upset brewing. Wisconsin upsets Michigan in the big house.
Oh, big. That's a hot take there.
That's why he's barely at 500, man. I'm going with Michigan, man. All right. Clemson at North Carolina.
Trash versus trash. North Carolina. Clemson sucks. North Carolina.
Okay.
Well, hold on. North Carolina sucks too. But Clemson, I don't know. Clemson, I was looking into this game. It's just they so trash that I'm going Clemson.
Okay.
Hey, I said I would never pick them again, but here I am taking Clemson.
Yeah, I think Belichick has a bounce back game. Not about Belichick. I'm sorry, Dabo has a bounce back game today. I think Clemson goes in North Carolina and wins to go to 2-3.
Yeah, Dabo
23.
lose though.
Air Force at Navy.
Navy.
Midshipman all day.
Navy.
I think we're a little biased.
Yeah.
Boise State at Notre Dame.
Upset alert! Upset alert! Boise.
Mm.
Oh, man. Hey,
Boise.
Notre Dame. Notre
Yeah.
Dame on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Notre Dame.
Yeah, me too. I also have Notre Dame. Maryland. I'm sorry. Washington at Maryland.
That's gonna be a good game.
Mhm.
I got Maryland.
Maryland.
Washington.
So even though Maryland was my sleeper team, I think they about to get slept because I'm going with Washington.
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. That's a long
right.
trip.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Syracuse at SMU.
I like SMU.
Nah, man, give me the cues, man.
Yeah, I'm going with SMU. Syracuse starting quarterback went out and they got thumped with like 38-3 last week. So I'm going with SMU.
I'm too going with SMU. All right, last game on the docket. Texas Tech at Houston.
I got them. Texas Tech.
Man, Red Raiders.
Yep, Red Raiders.
I'm going with Texas Tech.
Yeah, best team in Texas.
Well, we're gonna see what happens today in these games. It's a few exciting games, man. I'm excited for the slate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good week.
Excited for the slate.
Let's go, Canes.
Well, you know what it is. Saturday Morning Madness. We're here every Saturday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us how we doing. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
See y'all next week.